Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar. It's time for some NASCAR Heat Evolution. And so for me, this is actually a pretty big race because this is the first one where I ended up being sponsored. So Moog is sponsoring me. Oh my gosh, dream come true. I don't even know who Moog is, and I'm probably going to get crap for that. But that's okay. At least it's red. But yes, so I don't get to choose the color of my car or anything like that. I just got to go with what they give me. But obviously, I'll kind of unlock more sponsorships as time goes on. What Moog gives me is like $5,000 per race on top of what my normal winnings are. So theoretically, this is going to help me out here a little bit more. As you go through and you accumulate more money, you can go ahead and purchase some additional things that'll kind of help your car out, like expand your garage and all these other things. But yes, very good receptions actually from the first episode that I did of this, so I'll continue it. I mean, it is fun to be able to do every now and then. I'm not going to like post a video every single day of NASCAR, just because I don't know that much about it. I think that's okay. For me, it's just a game, so I'm cool with it. Anyway, I'm sitting at 31 right now. The whole restrictions on or the goals to try and get above 30 are gone, but obviously that's still going to be something that's on my mind. Of course, I want to be above 30. I want to do the best I can in all of these races. Now, I'm going to try to see if I can nudge him a little bit, kind of make sure that I'm in the bottom lane as I'm kind of going through these turns. You know, if I stay low, it does make the track just slightly shorter, so my time is reduced if I kind of stay a little bit low. But it seems like when I go high, too, I just don't do as well. So I will knock people out of the way. I will cause crashes, everything, in order to be able to stay in the lower lane. All right, still making some passes here. It's like a slowly but surely type of thing, which I guess for me is a good thing to be able to see, because if I'm passing people, that means my car is not completely worthless. Just kind of middle of the pack. All right. See if I get past him here. I mean, this is a good thing to see, too. I know he's not going too fast, but as we kind of go through a straightaway, I'm still able to beat some people. Now, I haven't noticed anything because this is from my understanding, a different company than, who had made NASCAR 14 and 15. And so some of the things like being able to drift behind somebody, that animation's not there. It feels like that is something that ends up helping me. Like I do pick up speed a little bit more when I'm right behind somebody, which makes sense. There's not as much air resistance. Why is Menard driving the Menard's car? Did they not get that person? Or is that really the person who drives the Menard's car? I'm going to have to look this up real quick. Anyway, I haven't caused any crashes yet, which for me is a tremendous surprise. I mean, you guys can already see by the way that I drive, I'm not necessarily the nicest guy. I'm not afraid to bump up against some other cars. I'm going to admit this now. Every time that I'm doing a commentary, no, Paul Menard does drive the Menard's car. I think.
10 laps to go.
Interesting. I just learned something.
Still there.
Oh. He is the son of Midwestern home improvement tycoon John Menard Jr., founder of the Menards chain. All right. Okay, I get it. That makes sense now. I just thought that was one of those things. See, that really just goes to show how much I do not know about NASCAR. That's cool. I just learned something as I was doing this. Anyway, I won't knock him down too much because I was actually shopping at Menards today. I actually go to them quite a bit for like a lot of the home improvement stuff that I'm doing, which is totally not NASCAR here, but I don't know. I guess it ties in. I had actually thought, and I emailed them. I'm like, hey, I'm doing all this home improvement around the house. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you guys sponsored me and I made some videos showing how I would do certain things, like how do you go about changing a door inside of your house? How do you go about changing out a toilet? How do you do all this stuff? And kind of show you guys before and after type stuff. And it would mean me showing my face and stuff too, but nope, they didn't respond. which I'm not surprised. I wonder how many people like actually go through and are like, hey, give me money to a whole bunch of companies. I don't know. I won't say no to money, but I'm not going to, I don't know. I just feel weird asking for it like that, but I thought it would be a good idea. All right. So here I am, lap 6 of 14. I'm in 19th. Now, since I don't have really anybody close to me, I can't just going off the back of them and try and pick up speed. So it's going to be raw speed at this point. It's going to try and get me above some of these guys. Now, technically, too, anybody who's in front of me could be going a lot faster just by, going off the wind resistance from the person in front of them. Like, you could slingshot around, and then that person could get behind them, slingshot themselves around. You could really partner up. But it's not going to end up happening. The one advantage that I do have over a lot of these cars, too, is I go through the turns just a little bit quicker, and that's just, AI versus human preference here at this point. But every time I go into a turn, I end up getting a little bit closer to them. And I just might have to bank on that. Now I'm starting to be able to see. Yes, I've got someone in front of me. I'm getting a little bit closer because now I can start to see their name and their position. And that's how I can measure at this point how close I'm kind of getting to them. Like, as you can see going through this turn, well, maybe not. Well, you can kind of see it a little bit more now. A little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to confess something right here. I've always wanted to do a NASCAR video in a southern accent, and I've never done it because I feel like I would offend some people. But I don't know. It just kind of like goes with when I play the game because they have like all this country music on and stuff like that. And what was really funny is like, so I used to have like a bucket list of things that I wanted to do before I die. And one of the ones that was suggested by somebody that I do was talk in an accent for an entire day. And I did it. And it was a southern accent. I talked in a southern accent for an entire day. And what was funny was for like 2 weeks after that, like I'd start to say things in a southern accent. Or I'd start to say certain things that you'll only say, or people with a southern accent will only say, like, I'd always say, like, fixin' two, and all that type of stuff. And for me, it was, like, super funny, because I would just be talking to somebody, and then a fixin' two would, like, just come in out of nowhere. It kind of cracked me up. And so, I was talking to somebody who had no idea who I was. And it's funny to think that, one, they'll always think that I talk in a southern accent. But two, like, I talked a lot about NASCAR, or tried to talk about NASCAR. Like, they knew even less about it than I did. So, I don't know. I just kind of like, because of that day, I've kind of always put NASCAR and a southern accent together. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that for one video just so I could say that I've done it. Go ahead and just fill the need to have to do that. Anyway, I've lost a spot. My turns have not necessarily been the best. There's been a few turns that I've had in this race where I've gone too low. Sparks end up flying up and some smoke. And there have been some where I just haven't paid attention. I've been going way too high. It's very easy when I'm playing this is I'm going through these turns and I don't have anybody around me just to kind of like zone out for a little bit and not pay as much attention to these turns. As opposed to when I've got somebody in front of me, it's like, okay, I have to hold this right here. I have to be able to use the air resistance to my advantage. Got to stay close to them, and I don't want to go too high and have them get ahead of me even more. So that's something that I'm going to have to work on personally as a driver. I should be able to get there. Right now, if I go ahead and finish the race at 20, I'm still going to be pretty happy.
Still there?
I'm not going to be able to get past him here.
Still there?
Yeah, that's right. Move up a little bit. I'm going to go in low. Dang it, because I kind of went up and cut back a little bit quickly. I lost a little bit of speed there. Dang it. Haven't been great with my turns today. But that's one of the things, too, with the money that I was talking about at the beginning. And when I go ahead and I end up purchasing my own garage and stuff, I saw one of the things was horsepower. Like I get a 1 or 1.5% increase in horsepower. I think traction improves, and a couple other things in like the first line of stuff. But it'll be slow going for me to kind of get like the next stage, because there's 4 parts of the garage that you can end up upgrading, and like the first one is the basic one. So it takes like $10,000, so obviously 2 races. To be able to go ahead and unlock that. I think the next one's like 15, then 25, and maybe it's like 50. But then like the next set starts off at 100,000, so I better have some better sponsorships by then. You know, I'm wondering if I could go with no sponsors. That would be crazy. Just have a whole career just doing this on my own, completely self-funded. Or I could be like Bernard and be the son of somebody who's ridiculously rich. That'd be cool. I don't know. I heard in one of the comments in the last video that they're going to unlock, or they're going to create like a paint shop and stuff like that, which for me would be really nice. I do love designing the car. It's a cool thing for me to be able to do. All right, I'm in 19th, coming up on 18 here. Come on. Ah, dang it. I've gone too far down. That smoke that's slowing me down quite a bit. You know, that one turn I think is going to make it impossible for me to get anywhere else. I just got to look behind me and make sure I stop them from being able to pass me.
Last lap.
All right, final lap of this race, guys. Keeping an eye on them. They do try to pass me. I'm going to cut right in front of them, so they'll hit my back bumper. It'll speed me up a little bit, and it'll slow them down. But I'm going to have to hug this line. I got to focus on the turn here. So now I'm back looking behind me. All right, they're not going to be able to get past me. Yeah, that one turn messed me up. All right, we'll go through this one. I just got to make sure I finish here pretty well. I can hear the crowd start to cheer. Not too bad of a race. You know, this being the first fall one that I've ended up doing. The other ones were like 5 laps, 7 laps. So this one being the first full one, I'll go ahead and I'll take 19th, and I'll be happy about it too. So make sure you guys come back for more NASCAR Heat Evolution. You guys are phenomenal people. Make sure you guys subscribe if you have not already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. Again, thanks for watching. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.